The second-ranked volleyball team is back in Provo this week to take on UC San Diego. As True Blue's Robbie Bolo reports, one of the most electrifying athletes on the roster is Futi Tavana.
Futi Tavana leads the nation in blocking and has helped guide BYU to a #2 national ranking. The sixth of 7 children, Futi was born in New Zealand and grew up playing sports in his father's native country of Samoa.
We were forced to play outside. There's nothing, no one spent all their day or all their time in the house. It's like the house was the time to go and have family prayer and sleep. That's pretty much all the house was used for.
In Samoa, a lot of the children are just natural talented athletes.
The Tavanas were comfortable in Samoa, but Futi's father knew that his children would not have the opportunity to develop their talents fully in their native land. So the family moved to Hawaii, where Futi played volleyball for the first time.
I picked it up in high school to help me with my jump in basketball, help me with my footwork in basketball. And it kind of just caught on, and I was kind of good at it, so I figured to stick with it and see where it takes me.
Futi juggled both sports throughout his high school career, even flying to Oahu most weekends to play club basketball and volleyball. The summer prior to his senior year, he had a decision to make.
I kind of switched my focus. I'm like, I think volleyball will get me a lot further, where I want to be. My thing is I wanted to be a Division I college athlete.
Several Division II schools, including BYU Hawaii, recruited Futi to play basketball. But Division I schools like UCLA came calling for him to play volleyball. BYU was not one of them.
I guess they just assumed that hey, he's a Mormon kid, he's going to come to BYU.
With signing day approaching, Futi trimmed his offers down to BYU Hawaii for basketball or UCLA for volleyball, when BYU finally contacted him.
I've always wanted to come to BYU. My dad came here, my oldest sister came here. And it was a no-brainer for me. I'm like, all right, I'm going to BYU. Took him long enough, but I'm going to take it, you know.
Why did BYU weigh so heavily on your decision?
First things first, I'm a member of the church. I think that was the biggest holdup for me. Going to UCLA is that might hinder my choice to go on a mission, which is something that I've always wanted to do.
Having never purchased a coat in his life, Futi came to BYU where he experienced the Utah winter while redshirting his freshman season. Then came the decision to serve a 2-year full-time mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Elder Tavana served a Spanish-speaking mission in Riverside, California, and came home just a few days before the start of the 2008 fall semester at BYU. The 2-year absence from volleyball had certainly taken its toll on his body.
Couldn't pass a ball. Barely served the ball over the net. And when I tried to jump to hit a ball, I got like maybe on my tippy toes. So that was just frustrating. It was difficult to try to play with these guys, and I just feel uncoordinated and felt kind of stupid out there. I was like, maybe I should just focus on school.
To that point in his career, Futi had always been an outside hitter. Head coach Sean Patchell tried moving him to opposite, but with no success. With cuts coming up just around the corner, Coach Patchell met with Futi and told him that he was considering cutting him from the team.
One day we were practicing, he's like, hey Futi, try the middle. I get in the middle, I was like, okay. I'm like, this is my shot. If I can't play this middle position, I'm done.
The rest is history. With Futi Tavana now playing middle blocker, BYU broke the school record in blocks, a record they broke again last season while leading the nation in blocking. 2 years after he was nearly cut from the team, Futi was an All-American.
Completely turned things around, you know. My whole mindset was like, wow, I could really do this. I could really get back into it, and it was fun. First time in a long time, volleyball was fun for me.
Futi's parents still lived in Hawaii, over 3,000 miles from Provo, but no distance was too far for them to watch their son play NCAA volleyball.
I believe they were here every home game but one.
We would leave like Thursday night, get here Friday morning, and then we would watch the games Friday, Saturday, and then leave Sunday morning. And go back, we'd get back to Kauai Sunday night, and Monday we'd be up and going to work, just like, oh, you know, we've been here all weekend.
As you can imagine, it got a little pricey.
Futi's parents flew out for BYU's home matches for a year and a half, before moving to Provo permanently to see Futi play volleyball at BYU and their youngest son Devin play football at Southern Utah.
We moved out here, and now they're supporting us from a lot closer.
Although their biggest fans are now just miles away from the Smith Fieldhouse, Futi and the BYU men's volleyball team are still an international favorite.
They get BYU TV down there now in Samoa. So we'd go home, visit my family, and all the kids in the village would be like, "Oh, hey, that's Futi. He plays volleyball for BYU." My whole island is supporting me and BYU men's volleyball. My mom's whole family is from New Zealand. Whenever there's a game, they all meet up at a cousin's house. They all have their Futi t-shirts on, and they all huddle around a TV and watch our games because they love it so much.
The Futi fan club is in full force, occupying the northeast corner of the fieldhouse during every home match. It's comprised mostly of Futi's relatives, but not exclusively so.
I don't know how some of those shirts got out, but there's some people that I don't know who are wearing Futi shirts, but
you're okay with that?
I'm okay, you know. This more support, more love.
He says, "Who are those people?" And I says, "You know what? I don't know half of them either. They just know us through family and friends."
Maloa inga, te alofa tele iau tau, atai, no mea uma, alofa atu.
Robbie Bullo, True Blue.